Nano Banana and 3D printing got even better, and here is how. Careful, this right here will ruin your print. The details are incredible. It can't be that easy. Nano Banana is incredible for generating 3D models, but it does have issues. And today I will show you how to overcome them and what to avoid to get perfect 3D prints every single time. We're going to work on custom tabletop miniatures, because they're perfect to showcase the problems and solutions, but those tricks work with any models. So if you're more interested in printing car parts or home decorations, you will still find this video super useful. And if you like the models in this video, they're all available in the description. The idea is super simple. You ask Nano to generate an image of your desired model. Then you ask for different camera perspectives of this object and download all the files. Next, open an image-based modeling AI like Height3D and use multiplanar views to generate an extremely detailed 3D mesh. And print it, because why not? I made an easy-to-follow tutorial about it, and I highly recommend you watch this video first. Now let me show you how to save time by avoiding things that will ruin your print. That's right, there are things that can't be generated, can't be printed, but can give you a massive headache while trying to figure out what's wrong with the model. Look at this example. Seems great, right? Well, I thought that too. I asked Nano to generate 4 different views, then ran it through Height3D to get a 3D mesh, and then tried to print it, only to find out that this model will not work. All because of this. Now this is important. No FDM printer can handle protruding grass blades, hair strands or floating particles. Moreover, there's a very slight chance to even generate it in 3D in the first place. You see those blobs? They were beautiful clumps of grass, until the AI modeling tool got deeply offended with this grassy mess. So avoid any stringy, chaotic structures, instead use solid, simple shapes. This plant is fine, and this one not. These hair are fine, and those not so much. You get the idea. In practice, when you spot such details on your image, simply ask Nano Banana to delete these elements or swap them for something more convenient. Now, another thing you need to be very careful about are slim, fragile elements. If you just want a 3D mesh, then you'll be fine. The AI tools usually can handle them without much effort. The problem begins when you try to 3D print such objects. First of all, there is a huge potential of errors if you're using FDM printer, which can easily mess up the stability of narrow elements. In such cases, it's very important to slow down the print speed, as it will increase your chances of success. Otherwise, you may end up with some ugly deformations. While making this model, I turned the printing speed down to 50% and increased wall thickness to 3 layers. That's because the second factor to consider is how delicate the thin parts really are. They break incredibly easily. Sometimes they even come off with the supports when you try to remove them. For example, I almost broke the fingers from this miniature while taking down supports. What makes such elements stronger is fixing both ends of thin elements into a bigger mesh, like here. It's still quite difficult to 3D print, but the model itself is definitely stronger at this point than at the top of the spear. There is also a great solution if you really want to add some fine parts, like weapons, arms, legs, branches, etc. And the idea is to support those parts with some kind of heavier, robust mesh. I will show you an example. I wanted to generate some giant spider miniature, and of course every single attempt resulted in a huge heavy body on tiny fragile legs. Even if my printer pulled it off, such 3D print would easily break off its base at the first occasion. I could reinforce it in Blender, but it just wouldn't look so cool anymore. Instead, I came up with the idea of adding a corpse of an orc warrior acting like a prey of the beast. This not only added aesthetics value to the design, but also created a huge structural support for the whole body and decreased the possibility of legs breaking off the base. And of course, the print turned out marvelous. And way more durable than the first concept ever would. So in the end, it really comes down to understanding the obstacles and avoiding the issues before the accidents happen. Now, let me tell you more about turning the images into 3D models. Like before, I'm using Hitem3D because it's a free-to-use website. It's also very simple. You just upload the images generated with Nano Banana and wait for results, without all the usual fluff. This time, however, the Hitem team reached out to me and offered to sponsor my video by giving me access to the Pro plan. So now I can show you if it's worth it. So the Pro plan gives you 1000 credits per month, which translates to about 20 models. But the best part is the permission for commercial use. That means you can actually sell your models or implement them in commercial projects. That is a huge deal. So it's up to you to decide if the Pro plan is for you, but for those who want to make a business out of this workflow, I strongly recommend it. And if not, the free option also generates amazing results, so you can easily play around with this tool. You'll find the link in the description, so feel free to check it out. Now, this entire workflow becomes even more amazing if you have any experience with 3D modeling softwares like Blender, because you can generate models, then scale them accordingly, add your own details, or make all sorts of modifications. I'm adjusting all my models, and one of my favorite things to do is filling up spaces that would traumatize my printer, but are not really visible to the viewer. Just like the gap under this waist cover that would require complicated support system while adding nothing to the miniature itself. If you like, I can make a tutorial on how I adjust my models for printing, but again, it's only about fine details. You're completely good to go with STLs directly downloaded from Hitem3D. As I said earlier, all those models and many others are available on my Patreon and other websites. Check the description for that. I personally adjust them to make it easier job for your printer and to avoid potential issues. So now you can easily print them and use them for your RPG campaigns or other games. And there will be more coming every week. So let me know what other designs you would like to see and I will keep adding them to the collection. And have fun making your own models. Cheers!